So now we discuss about the topic recording types of company. So this a company has there is a category wise we have to divide it. This is incorporation. Under the incorporation, on the base of incorporation, chartered companies, statutory companies, and registered companies. On the base of liability, there is a limited companies and unlimited companies. There is a base of number of members. There is a private and public company. On the base of control, there is a holding and subsidy. On the base of ownership, there is a government and non-government company. So there is a types of company. First category I have discussed about the recording on the basis of incorporation. There is a chartered companies. This is company as incorporated under a special royal charter. Okay, is issued by the king or queen or head of the state. So there is an example for the chartered company. Okay, there is an East India Company as Bank of England, Hudson's Baby Company. So there is the next company I am going to discuss about the statutory company. Is established by the special act of the parliament to the state legislature. So this is the company has established a select of the parliament state legislature. This may not use it limited. For example, the statutory company is Life Insurance Corporation of India, okay, Reserve Bank of India. So that is the examples for the statutory company, which is established with special act of the parliament to the state legislature. The next company is registered companies. This is for the company has formed registered under the Companies Indian Companies Act 1956. This is a previous act. The current act is 2013. So the company is registered under the Companies Act 2013 or else 1956. It is coming under the registered companies. Registered companies is examples is there is a Infosys and Wipro. So that is on the base of incorporation. There is a three types of this. Next thing, there is on the type of company. There is a base of liability. There is a limited companies and unlimited companies is there. So on the limited companies there is a two categories: limited by shares and limited by guarantee. The liability of members, the shareholder is limited to the extent of the face value of shares held by them. For example, the shareholder is buying 10 shares of the company. He has already paid that 7 is a paid up capital and 3 is unpaid capital. So the shareholder is eligible to pay only the unpaid capital only. There is unpaid up share capital. So the 3 is unpaid up share capital. So he has to limited to pay only the unpaid value of share. So the liability of shareholder is limited to the extent to the face value of shares held by them. There is another thing is limited by guarantee. The liability of members is limited to a fixed amount which they have guaranteed on. So every member of a company at the time of winding up, they will get some contribution amount. There is a guarantee amount from that company that is coming for limited by guarantee. The next category is unlimited companies. The liability of unlimited companies are like a partnership company. The liability of member is unlimited. For this category, so the members has to pay that liabilities for the company from their personal assets. So unlimited companies, the liability of member is limited. Okay, so they have to pay that liability. The partnership, the two-person means the two-person has to pay the liabilities from their own personal assets. So that is termed as unlimited company. Example is a partnership company. So next thing I have going to is about on the basis of number of members. So the basis of number of members, there is a private company, public company is there. Apart from that, there is a one-person company, dormant company is there. From the private company, is a private company, okay, is restrict the right of members to transfer the share. So the private company is not allowed to person to transfer the share from that Ramu to Segar, for example, A to B. So second category, as per the 2013 Act, they have to limit the members up to 200. So the 200 members eligible to join as a shareholders in a private company. So there is excluding past or present employees of the company. Every member has been included whether past or present. So up to 200 they are allowed to become a members of a private company. So prohibits any invitation to the public to subscribe for its share. Okay, so the private company is not invite like a public company is a company is not need not have any kind of invitation to the public. So prohibits invitation to the public to subscribe for the shares or debenture or public deposits. So they need not invite any public for offering shares, debentures and the public deposits like that. So that's a prohibited invitation to the public like a prospectus. So another term is a public company. The public company which is one which is not a private company. So the public company means to form a company at least 7 members and there is no limit. Okay. So the public company has to form at least 7 members. Minimum 7 members required to form a public company. So the public company has to use the word as a limited at the end of its name. So the public company has to use the word as a limited at the end of its name. So any public company, as they use the word, is end is the limited is there. So that is termed as a public company. So another thing is a one-person company and dormant company is there, introduced in Act 2013. We have discussed in one-person company. If the company has only one member, or the company is incorporated as a private company. So it is incorporated as a private company, it has only one member. So the Rule 3 of the Companies Act provides that only the natural person being Indian citizen and resident in India can form a one-person company. So he has only formed a one-person company. He is already a citizen of India or he has residing in India, so he has only formed the one-person company. So only one person can form only one-person company. So it is formed only for charitable purpose. So it is formed only for the charity basis, charitable purpose only. So its paid up share capital is not more than 50 lakh. Okay, so whenever they are offering the paid up share capital to the shareholder, not more than 50 lakh. And the average annual turnover is not exceed 2 crore. So this is the conditions for the private company as a provided is residing in India. He has formed only one person, is only for charitable purpose. Okay, paid up share capital not more than 50 lakh, should not exceed average annual turnover should not exceed 2 crore. It is considered as a one person company. Another thing is a dormant company. The dormant company is a new asset yielding concept under Companies Act 2013. Okay, so there is a dormant company offering external advantages to the promoters who want to hold an asset or intellectual property under the corporate shield for its usage at a later stage. So there is a dormant company means the promoter who hold an asset or intellectual property. This is a company name, company logo. Okay, so they have to protect some other way. That is a corporate seal. Okay, they have to use it on later stage. For example, for instance, there is a promoter who wants to buy a land now for his future project. Okay, as a comparatively lesser price because land values nowadays every year decrease. So they have to, according for the comparatively lesser price, they have to buy land for a future project. He may do the same through the dormant company. So they use the land for the project later. So he may do the same dormant company like that. He has to use the project land for the project later. So the dormant company means the status is a new permanent in the Companies Act 2013 and is an excellent tool, okay, for keeping assets in the company for a future age. So it's the excellent tool for the keeping assets in the company for a future usage. So it's a tool is available from the dormant company. So they have to use that company asset for future usage. The dormant company may be either a public company or else a private company or say one person company. Dormant company may be either formed as a public company or private company or one person company. So according to the section 450 of the Companies Act 2013, the company is formed and registered under this act for a future project, okay, to hold an asset, intellectual property. Asset mean they have some asset, land like that. Intellectual property mean they have company brand name and logo, okay, so they have some copy intellectual patent rights, okay, they have to make some production of patent rights. So they have to hold an asset or intellectual property, okay, and has no significant accounting transaction such a company. So no accounting transaction has been involved in that company, so that is an inactive company. So they make an application to the registrar, may be prescribed for obtaining the status of a dormant company. Once the dormant company means registered under the future project, they have to hold the asset and intellectual property and has no coding transactions involved from that company. Okay, it is an inactive company. So they have to make an application to the registrar. Once you found the dormant company means they have to make an application to the registrar. Okay, they have to prescribe for obtaining the status of a dormant company. So another thing, what is an inactive company? What is the accounting transaction? We have just discussed about it. Inactive company means there is a dormant company like that. Okay, they have carrying on a business or an operation. So it has not made any accounting transaction during the last 2 financial year. So that is termed as a dormant company. Another way is an inactive company. From the inactive company, there is no significant transaction made during the last 2 financial year, has not filed any financial statement and annual return. Okay, because the company is not in running, that is the inactive company. Okay, they have to hold the asset for future project or hold intellectual property, company name and brand for future project. So they cannot make any transaction during the last 2 financial years. Has not paid any financial statement and annual return for the non-closing year. That is termed as a dormant company. So that is a definition for a dormant company. That is an understanding concept for a dormant company. This is one of the kinds of a company regarding for on the category wise under the introduced in 2013, one person as well as dormant company. So there is a types of company. Another way is there on the basis of ownership and control. The government company means any company who has carried more than 50% of share capital held by the